Alright. Well, this looks like a mess, but it's really not. See if I can get down here where I can show you exactly what's going on. Right now, I just stopped the boil. Timer went off. So what I'm doing right now, I got the therminator the sanitized therminator hooked up. Now I'm taking the hot work by way of my little handy tea there out of the kettle, and right now we're pretty much still at about 200 degrees. I like to run the hot work through the therminator for about 5 minutes before I start the chill. So we're taking it out of the kettle into the therminator, just scalding hot right now. Out of the therminator into the pump, out of the pump into the top of the kettle, and it's hot. Let's do that for a little bit, kind of finish off the therminator. But now I'm about 200 degrees. That's as max as it's going to get after the boil. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the hose water, which I have hooked up to the therminator, and then out of the therminator over to my handy little tree over there, which in this Texas heat, just dying for some water. Let me turn that hose water on, wide open. Now, I like to use hose water. Actually, we have to use hose water to start out with to get that boil knocked down to about 100 degrees. If you use ice above 100 degrees, it's pretty much wasting ice, wasting natural ice resources. We don't want to make any of the ice gods mad or whatever. So we're going to knock that down to about 100 degrees. I turned on the water. You can see that's going to start dropping pretty darn quick. Get down to just about 5 minutes, 4 minutes at the most, to get down below 100. Then I'll take this ice water and turn off my hose water and just simply redirect where the hose is hooked up there, hook up the ice chilling tank in place of that hose through that second pump, and pump ice water through the therminator cold side. And then it'll take that 100 degrees down to whatever I want in a matter of minutes. So Moonbeam's out getting 4 bags of ice right now, and I'll fill that thing up and get it ready. This takes a few minutes, but once I get down below 140, 130 or so, I'm happy. We can take all day if we want. Don't matter really. So check that out. Alright, close to the end of the day. So I ended that water hose cooling. I had the hose hooked up to the therminator. About 90 degrees I left, or 95 degrees or so I left off. So now I've diverted to the chill tank. You can see it's pretty darn cold. So 4 bags of ice. Just what you got to do down here in Texas. And we don't have the luxury of cold groundwater. Our groundwater is about 80 degrees. So, taking that ice water out of what was the HLT, now it's an ice tank. Taking that ice water out into the pump, out of the pump, into that braided hose there. There's a reason for that braided hose. And back to the therminator, out the therminator. and back to the top. Step back so you can see top of the ice tank. So beer is down. Well, it's going to start dropping. So I want to get it down to about 65 is where I like to get the wort before I put it in the fermenter refrigerator. So I told you I removed that plug. See, the water isn't going up path of least resistance. It isn't going up that small tube. It's going up that big hole in the bottom now, back to the ice. So, just an ice recirculation tank. A lot of people have these pots sitting on their brew stands at the end of the day, doing nothing. Why not use it? Fill it full of ice. Run it through that therminator. Man, it just drops the beer down like you wouldn't believe. So, I'll leave you with that.